It smells good.
You are not gonna believe this, but I just filmed such a beautiful video that was 20 minutes and my microphone died 5 minutes in. It is okay. I am gonna rid myself of that. We have our incense going. I actually appreciate that this happened because while it was beautiful and I said a lot of really important factors, I really did not stick to my list. And it's important to me to stick to the list because I want this to be organized. I did some research and this is my opinion as well as the research that I have done on this beautiful topic that we all need to be having more. So the topic at hand is going to be navigating toxic relationships and coping with challenging family and friends. We all have this situation. Whether you think you're dealing with it or not, it definitely exists in your world. You just may not be paying attention. Or you are and you're choosing to let it continue. What I will let you know is that does not help. It does not help you because you are allowing somebody to treat you however they want to, which is not respecting you. And two, you're not holding them accountable. And when we don't hold people accountable, they no longer think they're doing anything wrong because they get away with doing it to everyone. So that becomes their life. And we need to start communicating more effectively to people that we love and want in our lives so that we can all treat each other harmoniously and just live. There's one life here, baby. Like, can we just live and have shared experiences and memories and build on that? I'm just going to start with a list what traits narcissistic people have. So, an exaggerated self-importance. Okay, belief in their own superiority and entitlement. The need for admiration and attention from others. A complete lack of empathy for others and their own feelings, including the person who's narcissistic themselves. They're narcissistic against themselves as well, believe it or not, in my opinion. Exploitative behavior towards others for personal gain or personal satisfaction. Now, that's not everyone, but that does fall under the traits of narcissism. Arrogance and a haughty demeanor, and a tendency to react with anger, aggression, or deflecting. Boom. That's a narcissistic person. Those are the traits that one holds, just in case you needed to know that. And now I'm going to tell you the 7 things I have here on how to deal with a problematic family member or friend or person. Number one. And you know this because I actually did an episode on this, a boundaries episode. So number 1, set clear boundaries. Communicate them assertively and respectfully. Point blank. When you set boundaries, I think there's 2 versions of things and one is better than the other. And this is just my opinion. When you set a boundary within a joke, like, come on, stop, man, I don't like that. Versus, hey, listen, I really love our friendship and I appreciate you in my life, but I do not appreciate when you do this thing to me, so I'm going to ask you to stop doing it because it makes me feel a certain type of way that I do not want to feel. And if you respect this friendship and this love that we have, you won't do that to me. And that person's response should be, wow, you know what, you're right. My apologies. Let's work on that. Let me build on that. I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't know I was doing that. But a lot of narcissists will say, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, stop being so sensitive. Oh, come on. I've always spoken to you like this. This is how I talk to everyone. This is just who I am. You got to accept who I am. You knew who I was when you met me. Oof, that's a lot. That sounds like somebody I don't want to even know. And if they weren't family, and if they weren't a best friend, you know you wouldn't have them in your lives. So why do we let family and why do we let friends talk to us in a certain way? Is it because we share the same blood? Is it because we share the same livelihood and memories? I feel none of that matters if we're not respecting one another, if we're not genuine with one another. The blood and the skin and the story, history, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's an origin story. But where's the body of it? Like, where is the body? Where is the moment where, like, oh, I got them a blue birthday cake because since we were 3 years old, we've been joking about the color blue and I never forgot it. So every year I get you a blue cake. That is a friend or a family member that puts in effort, really listens, really knows and appreciates the experiences and the memories that they've built with that friend or family member. And they want to remind that person of how much that friendship and that love has affected them. Now you see how I took that blue cake analogy and made something so wholesome of it, but it's so simple. It's so simple on how to be a good person to somebody and not be problematic. But a narcissistic person may say, but bro, like, we hang out all the time. I've been hanging out with you for 20 years and we go and we sip beers at the same pub and we talk about our shitty work and the fact that I hate coming home to my wife. We do that every fucking day for the past 20 years. I'm your bro, man. No, you're not. We've never connected. We've never had in-depth conversation. We've never connected on a real level. We've never really done stuff for one another. We've sat there and gossiped and complained and stood on a very surface level of life for 20 years. We chose to do the very same thing. And whenever one decides to do something that seems a little different or off from that path, it's, dude, you're different. You're no longer the same, man. I don't like who you are anymore. The guy that I used to know, I remember the guy that you used to be in your past, and this is not who you are, and you're letting so much go in your life. And the reality is that is all a narcissistic insecurity. Because while that person should be happy for you, what they are doing is hoping that you stick to a narrative that you have stuck to since you were a child, which is saying, don't grow, don't become better for yourself, don't do more, don't change, don't enhance yourself, because I haven't, and because I don't want to do that, and because I know that if you do that, you're going to leave me behind. Oh wait, you have left me behind. That's just an example. But that's literally what that does. And what it does to the person who is trying to flourish and enhance their lives, it makes them question themselves. It makes them second guess themselves. It makes them feel like, so all the good that I've been doing for myself, is that now a bad thing? Should I now go back to being the person that I was? Should I move backwards? Do I have to lose who I have been growing into? Because I can't lose this person and I don't want to make them feel bad. But the reality of it is that it's not about anybody but you. Because you are the main character of your life. Everyone is the main character of their own life. Everyone. You were born alone. Every single day that you get through life and every single day that you breathe, you are the main character of your world. You have to find a job for yourself. You have to find a reason to get up every morning. You have to find the reason to want to be a good person every day and to want to do the right thing and not give up on yourself or anyone around you. You have to give yourself this love and admiration so that once you fulfill yourself, because it never ends, but once you fulfill yourself to a place where you are like, wow, I am proud of who I am, I need to share this with somebody. Now you can share it with a friend, with a lover, with a family member. You are gonna love people the way you've never loved before, because you know what it's like to put dedication, effort, and love into yourself, your main character energy. That's what that is. You love to love so hard, and you want to make sure that whomever you love expeditiously. So you make sure I have to ooze that love first in order to distribute it. How do you distribute empty? How do you drive a car with no gas? You can't. You need it. So, when all of these people have such an issue with you choosing you and choosing what is right and what aligns with your world and your core values, as long as they are, of course, spoken about in a respectful manner, in a loving, compassionate manner, I think we all need to have a little bit more empathy and see that everyone has their own story. Everyone is going through their own trauma. Everyone is everything all at once. And I think we have to respect everyone's lane. And if you want to add to it, let's add to it and build on it. But if you don't, and you only want to criticize and spew envy and hate and manipulation and hone in on talk about a person and who they were when they were a child or who they were 10 years ago. We shouldn't be talking about who anyone is even 1 year ago, because that person no longer exists. They have grown into another level of themselves. I would hope. We would all hope, right? That's what we want. That's the end goal here. To never stop growth. So when you see narcissistic, problematic friends or family trying to hold you to a standard, to control your narrative, to add assumption when they have no place in your world, or they choose the place they have in your world, that's on them. And your soul and your energy and who you are does not have to deal with that if you do not want to, whether it's blood or not. It's not an obligation. What is an obligation is respect. What's a bigger obligation is self-respect. Because one thing that my mom keeps telling me, that I have been learning and reading in books, is that yes, we all want people to respect us, but we all know that we're not going to get respected by everybody. But what is important to have is self-respect. Because when you have self-respect and boundaries, the respect that people don't give you won't matter, because you won't allow it around you. You won't allow it around your energy. And I don't care who I have had to cut off in my life because they did not align with who I've become. It happens. It's okay. But I'm not here. I don't feel like me, you, all of us, we're not here to audition for positions and places in people's lives. We're not here to remind them of what they lived back in the day when you guys had fun and used to cheat or used to fucking be ridiculous in the streets and have all of these drunk moments and stuff. You don't have to stay in the past. you can create and forge new experiences and memories. And when you really love someone, and when you really want to build on a family, on an experience, and you want to connect a relationship, you both meet in the middle and you both show a level of compassion and effort and support for one another, because that is family. That is family. And to me, what I have learned is family is chosen. Family is absolutely chosen. And I think I'm going to make a part 2, because I really loved talking about this, and I have so much more to say. And I really wanted to be a vessel and let you guys know a little bit in depth on what's been going on for me and the family dynamic that I have had to deal with. But I'm gonna leave that for another video. And I'm just gonna say now that I don't deal with my in-laws. I don't deal with that entire side. I've been completely disrespected by one of my husband's best friends, who is almost a 40-year-old man, completely disrespected. And the entire family has no regard for me nor their own kid, their own 39-year-old son. And they don't care to fix it. They don't care to work on it. They don't care to show effort. And that is all I'll say about that. But what I will say is I will never, ever, 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 ever have a relationship with any one of them. They don't deserve me. And in my honest opinion, they don't deserve my husband either. But that's his decision to make, not mine. Because he is the main character of his world. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you the balls to let go of the people that no longer serve you nor your energy. And remember that negative energy is a leech and will steal your joy. So the longer you keep it around you, the longer you will keep yourself at the level you are. If you want to get to a next level in life, if you want to continue to grow, you need to stay away from people that no longer align with you. Does it suck? Wholeheartedly. Did I wish for this outcome with my in-laws and family? Hell no. Sometimes I want to divorce my husband just so that he can just run back to them and none of this could happen. It's that overwhelming. But I don't stand for disrespect. And I believe in effort, and I believe in communication, and I don't deal with people who choose to deflect, who choose to have their own little stories and make up their own things. And I choose me, I choose my chosen family, and I wish you a really, really positive journey with whatever you're currently going through. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the comments below. And if you have anything personal you want to say to me, you know my number. Goodbye.